Hey everyone, Anthony Lombardi, the sports editor of the Ball State Daily News, joined again this week by David Polaski, the chief football reporter. David, last week the Cardinals lost a pretty bad one at home against Indiana State. This week they travel on the road against Toledo. So what's the Ball State defense going to have to do to win the faces Toledo?
Well, Toledo brings one of, if not the most powerful offense that Ball State has seen so far. They are loaded with weapons, starting under center with Logan Woodside, the quarterback. Actually not the starter coming into the season. He took over after the original starter tore his ACL, I believe, and he immediately came in, throws 3 touchdowns, is completing 66% of his passes, so not really much of a drop-off for the Ball State defense to be looking at. Running back Kareem Hunt averaging 128 yards per game, scored 6 touchdowns so far. Wide receiver Russell Alonzo, 16.5 yards per catch, a very explosive wide receiver. So when Ball State lines up against Toledo, they're going to be facing quite a challenge on Saturday.
I feel like they're going to have their hands full. So on the offensive side, Ball State's been struggling. What needs to happen for the Cardinals to pick up on the offensive side of the football?
The last few weeks I've been saying that the key to the Ball State offense is that running game with Horatio Banks and Juwan Edwards, and I still think that that's the key. The last few weeks they really have not been able to get going, and it's forced Ball State into quite a few 3rd and longs, and that's just it doesn't matter if you have Ozzie Man or Peyton Manning under center. When it's 3rd and long, it's very difficult to convert. The running game is really going to continue to be a key. If they can have success against Toledo, they'll be able to run the ball for good gains and open up the passing game as well.
So how does Ball State come out of Toledo with a victory?
Really, I think they have to jump up to an early lead against Toledo. This Ball State offense currently is not built to come back from deficits, so if they can get out to a quick 7-0, 10-0, 10-3 lead, it will set them up for a lot more success later in the game than if they fall behind 10-0 and they're forced to try to come back.
With that being said, what do you think is going to happen?
In this one, I really think that Toledo just has too much offensive firepower. I see the Rockets taking it by a couple touchdowns.
So the Cardinals are going to move to 1-3 on the season?
That's my prediction, yes.
All right, folks. Well, you heard it here. Thank you again for joining us on Chirp TV. You can follow the Daily News at DN_sports, and you can follow David Polaski at David Polaski. Thanks again for watching. See you next week.